Imagine holding a small copper coin from the depths of the Great Depression era, a coin that has survived nearly a century of history, passed through countless hands, and today still sparks excitement among collectors worldwide. This is the story, the mystery, and the true value behind the 1935 Wheat Penny, a coin that proves even the most common pieces can carry extraordinary stories and, sometimes, unexpected worth. 1935 Wheat Penny Coin. The 1935 Wheat Penny stands as a remarkable artifact from one of the most challenging periods in American history, the mid-era of the Great Depression. At a time when economic hardship defined daily life, millions of these coins were struck and circulated, becoming a quiet witness to an entire generation's struggles and resilience. While it may not be the rarest coin in the Lincoln Cent series, its historical depth and collectible appeal make it a fascinating piece for both beginners and seasoned numismatists. The design of the 1935 Wheat Penny traces back to 1909, when the United States Mint introduced the Lincoln Cent to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin broke tradition by featuring a real historical figure rather than symbolic imagery. On the obverse, we see the iconic right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the inscription, "In God We Trust," arching above, "Liberty," to the left, and the date 1935 stamped to the right. This design would become one of the longest-running and most recognizable in U.S. coinage history. Flip the coin over, and you are greeted by the classic wheat reverse, which gives this coin its famous nickname, the Wheat Penny. Two elegant wheat stalks frame the central inscriptions, 1 cent, and United States of America, with E pluribus unum curving above. This agricultural symbolism reflected the nation's agrarian roots and stability during uncertain times. Now, when we talk about mintage, the 1935 Wheat Penny is far from rare in terms of sheer numbers. The Philadelphia Mint alone produced approximately 245 million coins that year, making it a widely circulated issue. Additional coins were minted in Denver and San Francisco, each marked with a small D or S below the date. While these mint marks may seem like minor details, they play a major role in determining the coin's value and desirability among collectors. Despite its high mintage, condition is everything. A heavily worn 1935 Wheat Penny might only be worth a few cents above face value, often around 25 to 35 cents in typical circulated condition. But as we move into higher grades, especially uncirculated coins with strong luster and minimal wear, the value increases significantly. Mint state examples can reach into the tens of dollars, and in rare cases of exceptional preservation, even thousands. One of the most important factors influencing value is color. Copper coins like the 1935 Wheat Penny are graded not just by condition, but also by their color designation, brown, red-brown, or red. Red coins, which retain their original mint luster and bright copper appearance, are the most desirable and can command dramatically higher prices. A top-grade red example has been known to sell for several $1,000s, highlighting just how important preservation is in numismatics. But what truly excites collectors are the errors and varieties. The 1935 Wheat Penny is known to have several interesting mint errors, including double dies, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets. These errors occur during the minting process and can transform an otherwise common coin into a highly sought-after collectible. Imagine finding a coin where the date appears doubled or the design is slightly misaligned. These imperfections are not flaws to collectors, but treasures. Another layer of intrigue comes from the coin's metal composition. The 1935 Wheat Penny is made of 95% copper, with small amounts of tin and zinc, giving it that classic reddish-brown tone. While its melt value is only a fraction of a dollar, the real worth lies in its historical and collectible significance. In today's market, the 1935 Wheat Penny occupies a unique position. It is affordable enough for new collectors to acquire, yet still offers enough variation and potential value to keep experienced collectors interested. This balance makes it a cornerstone coin in many Lincoln Cent collections. For beginners, it represents an accessible entry point into numismatics. For experts, it provides an opportunity to hunt for high-grade specimens or rare error varieties. Interestingly, collector sentiment around this coin varies widely. In online communities, some collectors dismiss it as common pocket change, often valuing circulated examples at just a few cents. Yet others have reported surprising sales when condition or buyer enthusiasm comes into play, demonstrating how subjective and dynamic the coin market can be. This brings us to one of the most important lessons in coin collecting. Value is not just about rarity, but also demand, condition, and story. The 1935 Wheat Penny may not be a key date, but its connection to history, its classic design, and the thrill of discovering a rare variety make it a compelling piece. As we look deeper, the coin also reflects broader trends in U.S. minting. By the mid-1930s, production levels were increasing after the early Depression years, signaling a gradual economic recovery. The large mintage numbers of the 1935 penny hint at a nation beginning to regain momentum, making this coin not just a collectible, but a symbol of resilience. Collectors today often seek complete sets of Lincoln Wheat Pennies, which were minted from 1909 to 1958. Within this series, the 1935 issue serves as a mid-era representative, bridging the early low mintage years and the later mass production period of the 1940s and 1950s. Its role in the series adds to its appeal, especially for those aiming to build a complete date and mint mark collection. And then there's the emotional connection. Holding a 1935 Wheat Penny is like holding a piece of everyday history. This coin may have been used to buy bread, pay for a newspaper, or exchanged in a small-town store nearly 90 years ago. Each scratch, each mark, tells a story of its journey through time. In terms of investment potential, the 1935 Wheat Penny is not typically considered a high-value coin unless it is in exceptional condition or features a notable error. However, its steady demand and historical significance provide a level of stability in the collector market. For those who enjoy the hunt, searching rolls of pennies or old collections for a high-grade 1935 example can be both exciting and rewarding. So what should you look for if you have one of these coins? Start with the mint mark. Check the condition carefully, paying attention to details like Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Look for any unusual features that might indicate an error. And most importantly, consider the color and overall eye appeal. Because sometimes, the difference between a coin worth a few cents and one worth hundreds, or even thousands, comes down to the smallest details. The 1935 Wheat Penny reminds us that numismatics is not just about money. It's about history, artistry, and the thrill of discovery. It's about seeing value where others might see nothing more than loose change. And that's what makes coin collecting so powerful. Because every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth far more than its face value.